We'd like to welcome you back to a special edition of Cohen and Kerr. We're here today with Greg Bundrick and Meg Baumke, and we're talking about the 2017 Board of Supervisors race in the Falmouth District of Stafford County. And I'd like to turn the first question over to Amanda Vicinanzo with the Freelance Star.
Thank you. All right, Meg, this one is for you. It's another question regarding schools. Would you continue to move forward with the efforts of the Board of Supervisors and the school board to implement a joint capital improvement plan, which would prioritize all major county projects using the same scoring system?
Absolutely, and I mentioned that earlier in my comments, that was something that I was very proud of. And these are things that have been accomplished for us 3 on 3, starting that conversation and bringing it up to both board levels. And I am a big proponent of this because then you're not pitting school projects against the Board of Supervisors projects. We are all part of one community. So it doesn't matter what the project is. You don't want to pit an animal shelter against the construction of a new school. So I'm a big proponent of this. We already have this in place. We are in the process. The metrics have already been established on how these projects are rated, and we actually hope to have this in place by the spring of next year. So it's a very exciting time. And it is the first time in history that anybody can remember, kind of like the joint health care of having the county and the school's health care program together. It's the first time ever in history that we've been able to do this, that anybody can remember. Thank you.
Yes, I spoke to individuals from both the school board as well as the county board of supervisors about that system. And I believe that it has to be an equal footing, that issues from the school board, projects from the school board, must be considered on an equal footing as those from the county board of supervisors. I am glad that such a scoring system exists. I'm a little doubtful at this time in terms of the accuracy of the scale. I've seen many scales. I think it's worth trying, but then we need to be certain that school boards, projects from the school board as well as projects from the county are given equal footing so the scoring system is actually fair.
Thank you.
The next question has to do with the recent proffer law. It alters dramatically the way development pays for the impacts of Stafford development. How do you plan to deal with the anticipated growth and its impacts given this change in the law? Greg?
The proffer law, of course, was restricted. In the past, it was a little more liberal, and now it's much more restricted to those things that are attached to a property itself. In terms of changing the proffer law, I mean, that is done in terms of that's a little more responsive to the community. That is done in the legislature. And I believe that we have to work with our House of Delegates and our government to make sure that the proffer law and how it's being applied in the community is actually useful to communities. So I would be dealing actively with my delegate, from the House of Delegates, of course, and the State Senate. So the proffers are actually useful to our Stafford County.
Thank you very much, Greg. Meg?
This is a hot topic in the state. You know, we as supervisors, and really nobody in the state really knew this proffer legislation was coming. It was kind of done behind the scenes with the Builders Association, and nothing against the Builders Association, but there were some abuses in the system with some counties with the way they were negotiating proffers with their developers. And that's why we got the legislation that we have. We in Stafford County have not heard one new rezoning since that proffer legislation was put into place. We actually pulled as an ordinance our proffer ordinance. It doesn't exist anymore. So anything that we have heard since that was approved in July 2015 or went into effect, we have not heard a rezoning since then. So anything that you see developed out there that is part of a rezoning and not by right, Those were all projects that were approved prior to the proper legislation being in place.
Amanda?
Great. This one is for you, Greg, and it's regarding growth, which is one of the biggest issues facing the county right now. What is your plan to address it?
I believe we have to do it with the community as a whole. We have to bring in all stakeholders. We actually have discussed this in the past. This is not new to Stafford County. We have the comprehensive plan. We have the guidelines already in place. What we lack is commitment to the comprehensive plan. So, I mean, I would say to the County Board of Supervisors, revisit the comprehensive plan. It's there. And we have to regain commitment and work in a concerted method in terms of making it work.
Okay, thank you. Meg?
Growth is definitely our biggest challenge, growth in transportation and building new schools. I actually feel that we have a great comprehensive plan. We just approved our plan last year. It is a requirement by the state of Virginia that we approve a new comprehensive plan every 5 years. The board and the planning commission worked very hard on that comprehensive plan. We went back, we looked at the targeted growth areas, we realigned things, and it is a very good guideline for what we need to do here in Stafford County. So I feel very good about our comprehensive plan. There are rezonings that have taken place that I have voted against because they were outside of our targeted growth areas, and I've used that as my guiding document. It's like anything, there have to be exceptions to the rules, but it is a document that we need to use here in Stafford County. We have done a lot of road development in Stafford County, and we have used a lot of our revenue sharing money for those projects. And I'll talk about that more in my closing comments. Thank you.
Well, I'd thank you again for being here with us today on this special edition of Cone and Kerr, and we'll be right back. So please, standing in front of your television, get a cup of coffee, and come back, because there's more to come.